One woman defeated the greatest conqueror of the ancient world. Another forced Rome to consider retreat. One commanded thousands of soldiers 3,000 years ago, and one sniper turned entire battlefields into silent death zones. These are not myths. These are the female warriors who terrified empires. And the most dangerous one didn't even command an army. China, around 1200 BC, bronze weapons, tribal warfare, ritual sacrifice, and leading thousands of troops. Fu Hao. She was not symbolic, she was command. Oracle bone inscriptions record her leading major military campaigns for the Shang dynasty, not standing behind the army, leading it. Her tomb, discovered intact in 1976, contained battle axes, real weapons, military regalia. She was both high priestess and general. She could declare divine approval for war and then execute it. In the Bronze Age, that kind of authority was absolute. But centuries later, another queen would do something even more shocking. She would defeat an empire builder. 6th century BC, Cyrus the Great had conquered Babylon, Lydia, Media, half the known world. Then he marched towards Central Asia. He expected submission. Instead, he met Tamiris, queen of the Massagetsi. After Persian deception led to her son's death, she did not negotiate. She reorganized. She mobilized fast-moving cavalry forces. She drew Persia into terrain that favored her warriors. And according to ancient accounts, Cyrus died in that battle. Let that sink in. A nomadic queen defeated the founder of the Persian Empire. Mobility defeated empire. But Rome would learn that lesson in fire. Britain, 60 AD. After Roman officials flogged her and assaulted her daughters, Boudica united the tribes. That alone was extraordinary. Tribal unity was rare. She moved quickly. Camulodunum burned, Londinium destroyed, Verulamium erased. Roman civilians fled in panic. At one point, Roman leadership debated abandoning Britain entirely. An empire known for crushing revolts almost retreated. She eventually lost the final battle, but Rome never forgot how close it came. And unlike Boudica, the next woman didn't revolt against Rome. She tried to replace it. Third century Rome was unstable. Civil wars, economic crisis, external invasions. Zenobia ruled Palmyra. She saw opportunity. She expanded into Egypt, then into Asia Minor. She controlled trade arteries that fed Rome's economy. She wasn't raiding, she was building a rival state. Rome had to send Emperor Aurelian himself. That's how serious she was. She lost, but she proved Rome could be challenged. Centuries later, a teenage girl would challenge another empire with belief alone. France was collapsing. The English were advancing. Morale was broken. Then came a 17-year-old peasant girl, Joan of Arc. She claimed divine visions, but here's what mattered. She changed momentum. She pressured commanders into offensive action. The siege of Orléans was lifted, and suddenly, victory seemed possible again. She didn't invent new weapons. She reignited will, and morale wins wars. Captured in 1430, executed in 1431. But after her intervention, France recovered. Belief became strategy, and adaptability became survival, something Nzinga understood perfectly. Seventeenth century Angola, Portuguese expansion, slave trade pressure. Nzinga adapted constantly. She negotiated when useful, converted strategically, fought guerrilla warfare when necessary, relocated power centers, rebuilt alliances. She ruled and resisted for decades. Empires defeat armies quickly. They struggle against leaders who adapt. Nzinga could not be cornered. She was elastic. That made her dangerous. Now fast forward to colonial India, where resistance became personal. In 1857, the British annexed Jhansi under the doctrine of lapse. Lakshmi Bai refused. She fortified her city, trained troops, organized defense. British records describe her riding into battle in armor. When Jhansi fell, she continued fighting. Mobile warfare, no surrender. She died in combat in 1858. Her rebellion failed militarily, but she became the symbol of Indian resistance. Legitimacy fused with defiance. Modern warfare would test that defiance differently. She enlisted disguised as a man. After being wounded, her identity was discovered. She was not dismissed. She was allowed to continue fighting. That says everything. She fought in the Balkan Wars, then in World War I, earned multiple Serbian, French, and Russian decorations. Trench warfare was industrial slaughter. To stand out there required extraordinary courage and effectiveness. She wasn't symbolic. She was operational. But the next warrior didn't fight openly. She fought in the shadows. World War II, Occupied France. Nancy Wake worked with the French resistance in Britain's Special Operations Executive. She coordinated sabotage missions, organized arms drops, led Maquis fighters. The Gestapo called her the White Mouse because she kept escaping. She multiplied resistance power. In modern war, logistics and communication win battles. She controlled both. She didn't just fight, she enabled others to fight better. And finally, one woman made lethality precise, silent, personal. World War II. Urban ruins. Long sieges. Lyudmila Pavlichenko became one of the deadliest snipers of the war. 309 confirmed kills. Snipers don't charge. They control space. They create hesitation. They freeze movement. One shot can stop an advance. One presence can destabilize an entire sector. After being wounded, she toured internationally, a symbol of female combat power. One soldier, strategic psychological impact.